The Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show. Here we go.
This one's getting played out of the country in Ireland. It's Nebraska and Northwestern right here. It's a conference battle. It's being played. First game of the season out of the country. First out of the country trip for both teams. Now, I just got to go into football 101 off top that, you know, it's all about preparation in college football with these kids. You travel them way into Ireland. Coaching is very important. Coaching staff and everything, preparation is very important in this game. With that in respect, it really could be anybody's game. What you think about it?
Yeah, a lot of unfamiliar scenarios here, you know, all the way around. You got to go like over 4,000 miles. I guess in reality, these teams are like about 400 miles apart, but now they got to travel 4,000 to play each other. But it's interesting. You know, there's some coaches that are on the hot seat here. You know, you got Frost, who got another year extended, you know, which I was surprised to see that, you know, after, you know, he's had his struggles at Nebraska. They bring in a new offensive coordinator from Pitt, who kind of had Kenny Pickett's, mentor over there. So they're going to try to maybe shake things up because he's going to want to pass a lot to try to change things up for the Nebraska offense, which, you know, we're used to seeing Adrian Martinez all these years in Nebraska tucking the ball away, rushing for 200 yards and scoring a bunch of touchdowns. So we're not going to get that, I don't think, right here in the Nebraska side. You know, I think we're going to see more of a passing game. But you talk about the change of venue. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a little different. You know, maybe some room for distractions. But like you said, it's going to be all about the coaching, you know, kind of bringing reining the kids in to keep them on point, you know. And I tell you the truth, I have to give a big coaching angle to Northwestern in that spot because I think Fitzgerald is the disciplinarian. You know, his teams, even though Northwestern was towards the bottom of the hill on the Big Ten, you know, he's been rarely does he have two losing seasons back to back. He's always kind of, you know, sprinkled a loss with a win. As a matter of fact, I think you got to go back to 2013 and 14 where he had two straight 5-7 seasons. It's the only second time in 16 years he's been there that he's had losing seasons. And they are playing this game in Ireland, correct?
Yes.
And this guy's last name is Fitzpatrick, so I'm sure he's going to look up some family members while he's over there, maybe have a little luck of the Irish, not to make fun of your school, you know, the Notre Dame, but this is a game they were supposed to play during the pandemic year, I think, and they just now getting around to playing it. So, you know, this is going to be a tough spot for, you know, to keep these teams on the straight and narrow, but I know when Northwestern is getting some points here, and, you know, and I kind of like them, you know, I think Fitzpatrick he doesn't have a lot to work with the offense. I think, you know, probably going to give the offense edge to Nebraska, even though it's a first-year OC and you know, with the portal bringing some new talent in, they'll probably be okay there. But like I say, Frost on the hot seat, Fitzpatrick in Ireland, disciplinarian team, you know, with what he's got on defense. I think the defense is pretty stout. It's going to step back up here. They had an off year. They were expecting big things at their defense, and when Northwestern plays their type of football, it is on the defensive side with the, you know, game manager on the offense. So I think, you know, the strange venue, you know, I think more things could go wrong for Nebraska versus Fitzpatrick and Northwestern. I think they keep things simple. I think they keep it close, and I like the points, and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of money on the money line with Northwestern here.
I like it, man. Shout out to our guy Justin tapping in from Germany. Y'all better believe the Boss in the Sauce. We've been going for a little while, but they know who we are. Okay, they know who we are. But shout out to him for stepping in here. We got our guy Picks from Dave. He's in the house. He says this game is under City. Yeah, I got it marked down as
200. If you like Northwestern, I think it correlates Northwestern and under. You know, if you like the under, you got to lean Northwestern and vice versa.
We got the under guy himself in here. Noli knows. You just missed us, Noli. We needed your stamp of approval on the 44 that Big Ragu's going to lay soon as we get off the show. So if you got anything on that Wyoming game, let us know how you feel in the chat. You let us know how you feel in the chat. But in this one right here, I totally agree with you. I think here we go again with the bookies and their bias. And that's what you're looking. The first 3 weeks of college football, you're looking for everything that's biased. There's so many teams for the bookie to cap. First thing they're gonna do is gonna say what happened last year. So what happened last year in this one? It was what, 56-6? It was 56-7 last year. Now Northwestern and Fitzpatrick, they be on this year, off that year, on this year, off that year. And last year definitely was down to injuries. Yeah. He got a lot of players coming back from injuries this year. He's getting I believe he's getting a returning quarterback. And Nebraska, on the other hand, they split the job between a transfer from Texas and a transfer from Florida State. So, they still got questions at the quarterback spot. But Nebraska gets 7 back on offense and 5 back on defense, and Northwestern gets 9 back on offense and 5 back on defense. So I think it's a good chance right here that this is kind of like not so much as Northwestern beating the line or anything like that, but basically just beating the bookies right here. I think they capped this wrong. -12. Yeah. I don't even see. I mean, if Scott Frost have a bad season this year, he's on the hot seat. He might get fired before the season is over. These people in Nebraska, they are dying to get the Cornhuskers back on the map. And he showed little spots last year where I think last year he was a little more enthusiastic about winning than the players. And I think that was the big problem. I think he was a little more deep into it than the players. So hopefully, this year that kind of balances out. But sometimes it's just not mixing. And that's kind of what it looked like was going on here in Nebraska. Thank God they play in a decent conference where they could put up, they could beat Michigan or they could beat a big name and still get a fair season bowl game and all that. But in this spot right here, I think Northwestern shakes them up. Maybe not on the money line, but definitely I'll take them plus the 12 points.
Yeah, I like the money line because, if you like the dog, you always got to sprinkle a little something here. 12 points in college is a lot. It's not like NFL type numbers, all right? But, 2 scores can happen very easily in college, because college is such a vulnerable game. But you take them out of their surroundings they're used to be playing in, and like I said, you got a totally new offense coming on board with Nebraska. Listen, Frost has run out of all the resources not to get fired. All the changes he's had, this, that, and the other. Fitzgerald is a rock in Chicago there, with Northwestern, and I don't know. His coaching style suits the venue for me better. And 12 points is a lot of points. And like you said, if you like Northwestern, you gotta like the other. I might be wrong. Maybe Whipple comes in, from Pitt and lights the scoreboard up with the Texas quarterback. And I think Brock Purdy's brother, I think he's the backup, the kid from FSU. He was backing up to Travis last year up in Tallahassee. So we'll see if he gets the offense going early. If he does, then hey, he'll have a game. If not, then it's going to be a long day for Nebraska and a long plane ride home.
Yeah, long plane ride home. But Big Ragu, we only had 5 games. We've been on here for 52 minutes. But that's where we at with it. I think I was a little rough today, but it's okay.
Yeah, me too.
We're gonna be on here.
Like I said, we're dusting the books off and getting our game back on. We're gonna crawl into it, and then this time in a couple of weeks we'll be experts again.
Absolutely. But this year, I want a little more interactive from our crowd that shows up. Shout out to Picks from Dave, Mike M, Justin from Germany, Itch Snizzle, Teece showed up with us, Dutch showed up with us. I want more from you guys. Hit us up in the comments, hit us up in the DM, hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what games you want to hear us cap. Give us some feedback. Let us know what's going on because we definitely want to interact with y'all. We want to come to this show like we having a hangout at the house and some barbecue on the grill. You know,
hey, listen,
we want you guys to be involved.
A solid hour, like every Wednesday, right? Solid hour.
Solid hour.
Stretch it to 90 minutes, whatever. And maybe we go over like top 10 of the week, or any suggestion you guys put like in the chat or the DM or on Twitter. Say, hey man, we want to see you guys do this, or then maybe we even pop you guys on as a guest once in a while too.
Absolutely, man. So I don't know. That's it from there, Big Ragu. I think we did the five games. That'll get some money in y'all pocket for the first week, and then y'all can come